Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about what is going on in Ukraine in the Putin special operation. Because Putin like it to be called Putin special operation in Ukraine. So in Russia, it's forbidden to say one can be put in jail if he mentioned Ukraine war. So today we be on soft side, call it Putin special operation. So we are ready to be on the soft side this morning. So we call it Putin special operation. Okay. So this morning I'd like to give you with the update that I know. One is any Russian soldiers who give away their tank to Ukrainian army will be given money 10,000 US dollars, and what else? Citizen will be offered citizen so that he doesn't have to go back to Russia and receive punishment, so he kind of be protected in Ukraine, or he could also join in fighting with the Ukrainian army. Of course, he will be given nice food to eat because there's lack of food in Russian army, and they were complaining lack of food, and the story of them begging for food to the Ukrainian has been mentioned. So the opportunity is they will be 10,000 US dollars in their pocket, given Ukrainian citizenship. So if they have a family in Russia, so maybe one day he will get his family to Ukraine and settle in Ukraine. Or if he feel it's not safe, then if he feel it's better for him to stay in Ukraine, then maybe he will settle and have a new family in Ukraine, married to a Ukrainian, then settle in Ukraine, and of course Ukrainian government will appreciate what he was doing, and will be given benefits by the government. I believe it can happen that way, like benefit of citizen and helping him to start a new life in Ukraine. So other than that, okay, that he's on a tank. How about he is just ordinary soldier with Kalashnikov to offer? I don't know how much Ukrainian government will give him for a Kalashnikov. So in terms of money, maybe it's less than 10,000, but what is more important is that he will we offer citizenships to live in Ukraine. Maybe that is very attractive offer, being given a citizenship, and of course he will be given hot meal, the food, better food, and then he will no longer be hungry again as he was hungry being in the Russian army. So that is when 10,000 for giving a tank, maybe a kaleidoscope. I don't know how much a kaleidoscope costs, or being offered maybe say 300 or 500 or 1,000. So it's good enough compared to nothing. How about someone taking a jet plane and give it to the Ukrainian? Maybe it's not 10,000, it will be more. I don't know, I've never heard of this yet, of a pilot give his plane to the Ukrainian. So it must be more than 10,000. But I don't know, because I've not heard of a case yet. Okay, what else the update? The other update is surrendering of Russian soldiers is now common. What else? The Ukrainian army is on the offensive, and the people who operate these things are having improved skill. Stingers, and also there are other anti-aircraft weapons like a gun that fire at very high rate of bullets firing, shown to be effective. I've seen the simulation video, and it managed to destroy the helicopters, even the jet plane destroyed by this aircraft gun that fire at very high rate. I've seen that when it is fired, it's just like pouring water, a jet of water to the sky. It's like a continuous flow of bullets coming from the gun barrel. And the operator has just to guide the flow of bullets, and if it happens to be in front of the jet, it may hit the jet because there's so many bullets flying. But it's not easy. They have to shoot maybe 1,000 bullets before helicopter or jet plane. It's more difficult to fire jet plane because jet plane flies high speed, but the helicopter is much easier to shoot. with a gun or the Stinger missile. So I've seen the improved skill of the Ukrainian as more and more jet or helicopter. I think they have shot down 137 Russian jet and helicopter, maybe slightly more, 150, and they destroyed tank in 550, and the number of Russian soldiers they have killed, they claim to be 17,000 already. If 17 soldiers have been killed, then the number of wounded will be more. And they say the Russian army not able to fight, numbering about 40,000. So if the number of Russian soldiers in Ukraine is about 120, so if 40 are not able to fight, 40,000 not able to fight, so they leave only 80,000. So reducing number of Russian soldiers fighting in Ukraine, also reducing number of tanks and other weapons and also shortage of fuel due to Ukrainian had destroyed many fuel tanks, numbering thousands of fuel tanks being destroyed, numbering thousands of carrier or soldiers carrier vehicle destroyed, and also they destroy the rocket launchers and also many artillery. Of course, the Ukrainian like to target on artillery because the artillery is doing a lot of damage to the building, a lot of damage to the building. So artillery is the target, but normally Ukrainian also have the artillery. So one of the lethal weapon of war that the Ukrainian appreciate is the drone. This drone is known to destroy tank column. So when it destroys tank column, then the invention fail because of no tank available to invade, because the Russian army like to use tank. So tank will come first and destroy, and then the army will be behind the tank. And I've seen in video the drone just target and then shoot the tank. And one video they're saying is just like shooting an egg. Just imagine when Ukrainians saying that shooting a tank, Russian tank, is just like shooting an egg. So when the missile hit, it just break the tank into pieces. I've seen that when Israeli hit directly, the tank just explode and there's big explosion. But at times the missile don't hit directly, it didn't explode but caused damage to the tank. Another good thing about biometric drone is it has a laser pointing to the target. It fly onto the wood or on top of the wood where the Russian artillery is placed, and the laser be pointed to this artillery, and also when the laser is aimed at this artillery, it gives the coordinate of the artillery, and then Ukrainian make use of this data to fire the artillery, and somehow the shell from Ukrainian artillery hit this Russian artillery. See the video taken by the drone, and it proven to cause destruction to the artillery. I believe this is really a value target, because if the artillery is destroyed, then the bombing of civilian will be reduced with a reduced number of artillery firing at the civilian. Okay, that is artillery. Another thing that drone was trying to do was to destroy the ship of Russian ship. It's more difficult to destroy the ship. I've seen that the drone keep firing 1 or 2 and 3 or 4 missiles to the ship. The ship refused to sink, because in order to sink the ship, the missile has to destroy the hull of the ship or the side of the ship. But then this missile is only dropping on top of the ship, and it's not a place to destroy in order to sink the ship. It has to be torpedo, and maybe a new drone will be equipped with torpedo, and the drone just drop it into the sea and let the torpedo swim and hit the side of the ship to sink it. Okay, so that is thing difficult to destroy, because this ship is also a hazard, because the ship carry a lot of missiles, and this missile from the ship, I believe, is targeting the target as far as place called if close to the border, about 40 kilometers from the border to Ukraine. So that is about the ship. that the drone want to sink but unable to sink, but will damage on top of the ship. But look like I've never seen a big explosion on the ship when the drone of the Bayraktar missile hit it. So they say some big explosion occurred on the Russian ship, and they say it could be from the mine, from the sea. They plant a mine and then destroy the ship. So if the mine is from the bottom of the sea and it destroy the bottom of the ship, and it can potentially sink the ship. And what else? General or commander had been killed, and one commander, after seeing his tank, a lot of his tank were destroyed, he killed himself. So the pressure he couldn't stand, because when he has to answer to his superior in Russia why his tank got destroyed, so that is a pressure. And also the pressure of not winning for Putin special operation. So because of this pressure, he killed himself. So a commander of the army killed himself for losing tanks. There are other ways of tank can be lost, not just by Bayraktar drone. There are also Javelin drone and Javelin missile and low missile that also effective weapon that used by Ukrainian to fire the missile from the side of the road or hidden somewhere behind the turf of the Ukrainian land. So now the Ukrainians are in high spirit. They have this motivation, and they're also getting help. So many volunteers now coming back from other country going back to Ukraine to help. Now they say the number of fighters of Ukraine can reach 300,000. So these 300,000 fighters ready to sacrifice their life to fight the Russian. So sure that Russia will not be able to win. Eventually they will lose this war. This special operation, and eventually withdraw. Russian army look like they have a direction to only focus on conquering the Donbass area. So maybe they will retrieve and gather their force and concentrate their force in the east area. So they know they will fail in the other area. So President of Ukraine is like to talk to Putin and negotiate on peace deal. So they say they are happy to be neutral, meaning that happy to be outside of NATO. That is the deal. And on Donbass and Crimea, they say, let's have a fair referendum and see what the people there wants, whether they want under Russia or under Ukraine. That is a fair deal, but some people say, no, let's take the Crimea by force, meaning continue fighting to take Crimea, maybe also Donbass. Maybe it is a way to prevent future attack by the Russia army. So let's really fight it to the end and see what happens. And maybe this person is seeing that Ukrainian is on the upper hand at this moment, so why not continue with the momentum? So what I heard as well, Zelensky is asking for weapons, more weapons, and they say every week the West should send them weapons. So what we understand from this is that rigorous firing and that reduced the number of weapons they have very quickly, like the end law is disposable, so once used has to be disposed, so that is easily finished and need to be replenished. So let's see. Of course, this war, Ukraine won it due to the supply of weapons from the country that helped them. So the supply of weapon is mentioned, even the Quran, the strength of weapon is also mentioned in the Quran. So weapon is very important to win the war. Okay, I think I have enough of talk and update on the Putin special operation. Thank you for listening.